with me, I never can figure out what chords I want to play, as y'all know. Hopefully, if you don't know that, you're gonna get annoyed, you're gonna leave and unsubscribe, and maybe you'll leave a mean comment on the way out, or you'll probably be silent. You know, YouTube used to allow you to leave a thumbs down. I wish that it still did, but, you know, they gotta protect us from bullies, right? Because there's nothing more disparaging than a thumbs down. Anyway, what was I saying? All these thoughts can't make them stop. My brain's working around the clock. I broke the clock. You broke the clock. You broke the clock. So it won't keep ticking. How to let certain things go. Maybe I won't ever. I guess I just gotta accept that fact. Acceptance is easier than continuing to fight it. They tried telling me that in the middle of a wrestling match with myself. I won't listen to my higher brain. I won't listen to the wiser part of me. It doesn't want to ruminate in my shame. But I tell myself that I need to do this shit. I tell myself there's some kind of points I'm gonna receive from standing on this pulpit, yelling at myself about the things that I really, really, really wanna believe. But I always got a sneaking suspicion that I'm kinda, sorta, totally full of shit, yeah. Always got the sneaking suspicion that none of this is really worth it. But I can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop, I can't stop. Broke the clock, broke the clock, broke the clock. So it don't go tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. I know that you guys know what that is, don't you? Well, y'all's is different from mine. I don't need the internet to waste time. I do that just fine, wandering around my mind. There's so many avenues, so many avenues. yet to get to, and I think about it all the time. I can keep myself mindfully entertained by my own brain. It's very convenient, since I'm right here, right now, all the time. It's true. And you can do that too. You just don't know that you can do it, because you have this TV in front of you all the time. And I'm telling you, if you put that shit away, and you allow yourself to be bored, and that part of you that desperately needs validation, it can be ignored. You learn how to entertain yourself, listen to yourself, be mindful of yourself. You learn how to put up with you, so the rest of the world don't have to. But there ain't no such thing as a dull moment anymore. Steve Jobs killed that. Steve Jobs killed that. What's kind of ironic about that is that now every moment is dull because of his stupid fucking invention. Okay? Which I know obviously wasn't stupid. It was very, very smart, right? Very, very smart. Total fucking psychopath, that piece of shit. Okay? Like, I'm gonna invent something that's gonna make everybody kill themselves in their own special way. And I'm not gonna let my family use it, because I know how much disarray it's gonna cause in our society. And then I'm gonna whine because I got cancer. Fuck him. Fuck him. I think of Steve Jobs the same way I think of Walter White. Fuck him, dude. Fuck him. He deserved it. He fucking deserved it. You know, I gotta say, I had the pleasure of watching the television show Breaking Bad when I was in a shitty relationship, because that's what people do. In all relationships, they watch television because they're bored being in a relationship, because that's what relationships do to people. They make people want to check out of them. Well, I really believe that that show was a litmus test to prove how sociopathic everybody is, based off of their reaction to the main character, who was a total piece of shit. But anyway, that's my side rant about Breaking Bad. But what was my point I was trying to make? Oh, Steve Jobs. I was talking about how much of a psychopath he is. Yeah, like, so the fact that people, like, have these devices in their hands all the time that are, like, destroying them, and they don't seem to notice or care about that sort of thing. But then they want to bitch about the economy, and they want to bitch about how expensive everything is. It's like, dude, like, you could be a better person. Like, you could make the world a better place if you would just, like, acknowledge the bad things that you're doing, and that, you know, like, the really bad people don't get talked about. Like, I would say that Steve Jobs is way worse than Donald Trump. I mean, he's dead now, supposedly. Was he ever really, like, a person, though? What if he was just, like, in the Nephilim? Like, what if he was just one of those, like, alien, like, you know, subtypes that just had, like, extreme intelligence, and then he dropped acid and, like, figured out, like, how our brains function, like, how our brains are like computers, and he was like, I'm gonna manipulate that, and he created this phone that has managed to, like, completely usurp, like, all facets of human existence. And it's not just an American problem. This is, like, a widespread thing. So it doesn't matter if he got cancer. It's like he lives on. Like, his cancerous device lives on. His legacy lives on. But they just used him, you know? They just used that intelligence to make this thing that could destroy the world and managed to completely nuke our equilibrium and all that shit too. You know? I mean, the energy, y'all, the energy. That's what kills me. It's like, I really don't care about all this political shit. But it's like the energy, that's a feeling that I cannot deny. And if you're wondering why you feel so depleted all the time, that's why. It's because everybody around you is a fucking robot. Okay? Everybody around you, not everybody. A lot of people. Okay? Most people are robots. But that's always been true. That's always been true of every society, every race, every generation. They're all fucking retarded. Okay? So... So to choose a device that is literally called smart, what the fuck do you expect? Like, what did you think was going to happen to the world, dude? I'm allowed to be a bitch about this, okay? I'm allowed to be a bitch. You know why? You know why? Let's brag about it. Let's brag about it. Let's show them our credentials. Show them our credentials. Here's our credentials, okay? Look at that. Look at that. That's a picture of a sunset, okay? It's beautiful. Reminds me of God, okay? You know what doesn't remind me of God? That smartphone. That's right. That reminds me of Satan. Like, when I think about Satan, I think of just a screen that, like, everybody just stares at, like, with this blank expression, you know? And people fight me on this because they think that, oh, well, sometimes it can be a good thing. There's something about the screen that is really, really demonic. Because it's not just social media. It's porn, it's TV, it's sports. I mean, well, if you go to a regular-ass sporting event, even if it's rigged, it's still, like, a live event, you know, that you're watching with your eyes. You know, it's happening in front of you. So that makes a lot more sense. But, like, a screen is hypnotic. Like, I feel so depleted when I put up YouTube videos. Like, even though I'm watching myself, and y'all know I'm very, very entertaining, and I really enjoy this. I really like what I do on the YouTube. But it's like I have to just stare at my laptop and watch it, and just hate it. I hate it so much. And then I have to, like, take breaks, and I have to go outside and take a long walk and talk to myself. I always have to talk to myself about everything that I'm doing. And, you know, if people would replace, like, this worthless interaction that they have with their government tracking device, or, you know, with these people on the internet that don't actually know them. It's like, I mean, I want to talk right, but this is creative, damn it. This is creative. This is self-expression. I'm talking about people that just, like, yak on the internet. People that, like, they just go on Instagram and they put up a bunch of stupid shit. And they comment on other people's photos with emojis, okay? Those types of people should just die. I mean, they're already dead. They're already dead. If you were communicating only in emojis, like, you were a dead person. I was gonna say you're a dead man walking, but I don't think that's true because I don't think that men exist anymore. Okay? And I don't think women exist anymore either. I think it's like you're just like this dead hybrid, like walking around. Like all these people are just like hybrids now. Like they're robots. They've been modified so much by all these things. And look, I know my perspective is really dark, and I understand why people don't want to listen to it, but you're stupid. You're just a stupid person that has accepted this total fucking shithole. And everybody could try harder to, like, suck themselves out of it. You know, like, just banging on some keys, you know, that's what we do. And that helps tremendously. You know, just making art every day. It's like, that's the biggest slap in the face to what they're doing. Because they can't control that, you know? But if you're just on some social network and you're just like commenting on all this political shit, and like so much of it's AI too. Like, maybe it's just obvious to me that I'm like, that's not a real cat. I know what a real cat looks like. I know what a real cat sounds like. That's not a real cat. And people are like, well, it's going to keep advancing. It's going to keep getting better. And you're not going to be able to tell the difference. It's like, well, the problem is that people are obsessed with this stuff. The problem is that people are addicted to the screens. So the reason why they think AI is a problem is because they're crackheads. Okay? The AI wouldn't be a problem if you didn't stare at your phone like it was going to give you additional life. Okay? Anyway. Oh, God. Another rant. I need to go inside. It's so hot. It's so fucking hot. I really need to take a shower. I'm like all sticky and shit. Because I like worked a double today. The person that was supposed to be on shakes like called out, I think. So there's somebody called out, I know that. Anyway, Propaganda and I are going inside. And maybe we'll go to sleep. Maybe we won't. We probably won't go to sleep. But anyway, it's absolutely ridiculous, like how much we've been raped by culture. And it's like there's so many aspects of this culture that are so bad and nobody talks about them. They barely scratch the surface of it. I get down to the root of the problem, and that's why I'm so offensive. And I'm also living flip phone life, which is even more offensive because it's the biggest fuck you to everything that they're doing, but also it's the biggest fuck you to the society that I live in that just gave into it. And I understand that you have your reasons. A lot of people do have legitimate reasons, but I would say that most people just have excuses. You know, and that's a huge problem anyway. And I you know, go back and forth with that all the time with my own shit. You know, is this a reason or is this an excuse? Like being alone, like I know that like I legit like need to be alone. Like that's just the way I am. So people can think it's an excuse and I just don't want to do this. I just don't want to do that. I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, no, I don't want to do that. But it's also like I'm crawling out of my skin
and I'm not even really going to be present. So you're going to have a warm body that looks and sounds like Amy Gross, but like I'm going to be living in a separate reality. And I don't want to lie, because I feel like that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm lying to the people around me when I'm just like living somewhere else. It's one thing like when I'm at my job and I'm just like, you know, what I call quadruple bookkeeping, where I'm just like in this other reality, but I'm still doing my job. I'm still working. I'm still able to interact with other people too. I'm so good at this, you guys. I'm so good at it. I'm like a fucking pro. It's just an active imagination. That's all it is. But like, I don't want to have to do that in like social situations. Like, that's like the absolute worst. Is like being in some like social situation, like you have to be there. And I'm just like, God, I just want to go to the bathroom and talk to myself. And I'm just like stuck there. That's usually when I start thinking about like sex or something, you know? Like that, I've noticed that every single time that I think about sex, it's like, it's because I'm bored. I'm fucking bored in a social situation. And it's really awkward if I'm with my family, because I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to be thinking these thoughts right now when I'm with my family, but it's like, my family is really fucking boring. There's a reason why I'm the black sheep, so yeah. I'm not going to do that to myself, like, if I don't have to. You know, I'm not going to be like, okay, I'll do this social thing that I really don't want to do if I don't legit have to do it, or like, it's going to be better for me. You know what I mean? I mean, if I have to, I have to. Like, if it's like a obligation with my family, then whatever. But like, I'm just not good at like being there. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I'm not going to try to be good at, like, I'm not going to force myself to do something that I know I'm not good at. It's like people in my work get mad at me sometimes because I don't like delegate or whatever. Like, I'm not like, I need this, you know? Like, if I need something, I'll just do it myself. I won't ask other people to do it. I'll just, you know. Because I don't like being bossy. It's like so fucking annoying. I hate boss hogs so much. But anyway, I've said anyway at least 5 times now. Isn't that funny? It's not funny. I'm gonna go inside, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Whatever that means. Don't you wish we were flip phone friends? Don't you wish you hadn't gaslight yourself into believing that you have to go along with society because your life will be better? I'm sorry, I just have to rub it in. I have to twist the knife. That's like my favorite thing to do. Oh. No, but I do think that there's going to be, like, some pushback. It's not going to be that much, but I do think it's coming. Like, and like I've said, it's going to be Gen Z. It's not going to be my worthless generation. It's going to be the generation after me. Because they've been experimented on more than any other generation, especially with those vape pens. Like, they're literally trying to kill off that generation with vapor. Apparently there's formaldehyde in that shit. I'm like, yeah, there's formaldehyde in a lot of stuff that they tell us to do. A lot of stuff that they tell us is like harmless. You know, the stuff that they stick in you, the stuff that they say, oh, it's better than cigarettes. It's better than cigarettes. Anyway, yeah, I quit smoking cigarettes a long time ago, but I still think about smoking on a pretty regular basis because I live in this fucking stupid ass world. It makes me want to smoke all the time. And I'm not wrong to want to smoke all the time, but I know that if I give in, I will feel guilty about it. But at least I don't vape. Right? At least I don't vape. I just have these toothpicks, and they seem to do the job.